Hey everybody, so I wanted to bring up the concept of energy and how to raise it within your vessel, because when you raise your energy or your frequency, you're able to ward off low frequency things. Low frequency things are just, they steal, they destroy, they suck off and steal, like they leech off. They don't really create or build or do anything. They don't want to put in the work necessary to raise the vessel or the frequency. And like it or not, sadly, you're surrounded by those. Those are everywhere. At work, just anywhere you go, at the park, at the store, it could be in family, it could be anywhere, okay? So it's not that they're bad, it's just simply they don't and haven't done the work, or they lack the knowledge of. So it's your job to raise your frequency and then teach others how to do it. Okay, so that's the first step you need to know. Everything you do it for the good of raising frequency, the vibration of this earth and the people that live on it, God's children. Okay, with that said, you still are at war, and until you can raise your frequency to a place where you are self-sustaining or you can fight and be strong, you need to learn to fight. It's important. Okay, so there's such thing as energy work. So when someone comes in, if you're working on something and then you speak about it and they don't have good intentions, you're spilling out this baby you're creating, and you're spilling it out. Now, if you spill it out to somebody you trust or somebody who's good, who's going to take that and alchemize it and give it right back to you, now you have creation all day long. Sadly, most people don't fall under that category. Most people, if they're low vibrating, they're envious, they're jealous, they're sad, they don't love themselves. If they don't love themselves, they can never love you. You have to absolutely learn to love yourself to raise your vibration or your frequency. In fact, you have to fall delusionally in love with yourself. I've fallen so in love with myself, it's awesome. Not because I'm all that and a bag of chips, but simply because I've realized that no one has gone through the battles that I've gone through with me that knows me better. No one, no coach, no father, no mother, no friend, no sister, no wife, no kid can know the internal battles that I have fought, that I've overcome, and that I'm overcoming. So because of that, I actually think I'm pretty awesome. I like myself a lot, and I spend time with myself. In that time, you learn to find God, because you're able to actually go into the quiet, into the dark. And to be honest, just so you know, God is found in that darkness. You have to go deep in. You find him in pain. You find him in the fire. You find him in loneliness. You find him in your brokenness. That's where you find God. Energy. You resonate God's frequency. So what you want to do is think of this, okay? Frequency and energy, it's like a radio station. You put on Kiss FM, everything's great, you like their songs, you can chill and vibe there as long as you want. Some people choose that, they have a comfortable life and they like it, and that's awesome. Then you go to, like, let's say K-Rock, boom, you got some crazy stuff, some people love that, and you can go there. All right, everyone's living in their own radio stations. There's a radio station that's the God radio station. Religion has put a lid on where God should be and what he all looks like and everything. So the God station's right here, and everyone is under all these little channels, and there's all this vastness and goodness out there that is God and Creator. But sadly, a lot of people are trapped in that, so they vibrate into those. And you know, some of those are fine, some of those have you living. I was in it about 20 years, very religious and waiting on the Lord, and the Lord was in me the whole time. But in that, I actually was learned and taught, and actually was kind of weak. I wasn't taught how to raise that energy, raise that vibration. And really, when you raise your vibration and your frequency, you raise it to that of the Spirit, the one that Christ, the Christ consciousness. You take every thought captive, and you see everything through the mind of Christ. You know, everyone's gifts are different, but you can see what's going to happen sometimes before. You can understand people's intentions. You can read their moods, their vibrations, their frequencies. You can see into their hearts. Sometimes it's a mind thing. Sometimes it's a word. Sometimes it's just a change your frequency, and you can alter it. So you have to go through changes like that. How do you do that? You have to meditate. You have to have self-control and control your nervous system. Okay, so if somebody can come and say one word to you and you live for approval, that could knock you out. Your nervous system gets rocked out, all of a sudden done. Whatever you're creating, whatever you were harnessing Because you are a creator with your mind, with your thoughts, with your words, with your energy, with your heart. You're a vessel that transfers energy all day. You're a receptor between two worlds, the visible and the invisible. There's two worlds, and you are that bridge. So if that bridge is clean, okay, if you clean it through fasting, and if you meditate and clean your mind, you clean your heart, then it can flow real good. Now you can operate on that frequency, which is a high density frequency, high vibrating frequency. Now, once you elevate to that, you call it Jacob's ladder, you can climb up all that. That's a whole other, that's much deeper, like deeper knowledge, which is the difference between esoteric and exoteric. One is for the masses, the other one is hidden. You got to go into the hidden, but religion's always taught you don't go there. That's very bad. But really, if you look at the Bible, you know, the treasures are hidden in the dark. You have to be not afraid. The Bible says, be not afraid. Do not fear. Do not be afraid. Fear not. So they, with the Jesus they painted, they're like, dude, that's really scary. Stay away from all that. When really you need both the light and the dark. Darkness is light. Light is darkness. They're just two different sides of the spectrum. That's all that is. And you've just all been taught wrong. That's it. Took me about 20 years to learn it, piece it all together, figure it out through self-knowledge and what's called gnosis. Gnosis is the fact or the ability to know. You know through experience, and you know through connection, through spirit, not through a system that tells you what's box and what, you know, kind of like that. It's not like it's a bad system. It doesn't mean bad, but it was taken over and hijacked by a horrible energy that is being brought the fuck down. And it's pretty awesome. So what you want to know, as you raise your vibration, here's what happens. When your vibration is low, people come to steal from you every time, because you're a victim. You're easy. Whatever you're cultivating, they'll come steal. You got predators all around you, and they circle you, and you're so nice and meek because you're one of God's children. You're good, and they see that, so they are hoping that you'll never wake up or learn how to fight, really. Once you raise that frequency, though, those things can't really come near you. They don't have a creative ability. So because of that, it's a whole other game, right? But what you need to know is when you raise your frequency, now what starts to approach you is people that see the value. They see your frequency. They're like, wow. And they come with gifts, or they come with, I've got some value I can give you. Let's swap, let's talk. So everything that you do with people, you need to understand, is an energetic swap. If you meet with people and it's all BS or it's all gossip and it's all crap, get out of there, dude. Cut that shit, dude. That's going to absolutely drain you of everything. It's going to feed them temporarily. They walk out with a little bit of something. They don't learn anything. They don't grow. You walk out drained. Do not do it. Get the fuck out. I'm sorry. You only hang out with people that are looking for growth, talking about growth, speaking life, seeking knowledge and understanding, or building something. That's it, dude. If they ain't talking about things that matter, get out. They do not belong in your life. They will fall off. Well, actually, they will naturally fall off if you raise your energy. Now, some may recognize the change and be like, wow, I like that. I actually want that. I'm going to get past my insecurities or get past whatever it is that I don't want to do, and I'm going to do the work. And if you do the work, you raise your frequency, you're right in that same kingdom, and you're right in the kingdom of God that is coming. It is not coming one day. It is already here. It's a frequency. It's here to be had by anybody who wants it. We know how to get it. We know where it is. We know how to deliver it. We're training right now. We're building systems for financing, systems for teaching, systems for educating, and systems for breaking down all the broken shit and moving in and restarting it. So that is going to happen. We have the technology. Money is coming.